Hi, I'm Ruthie Odom. I am a spiritual guide and healer within the Lineage of King Solomon, trained and certified through the Modern Mystery School. And I'm here to say hi and tell you a little bit about myself and why I do this work. Quite simply, I do this work because it works, right? Like, I found the Modern Mystery School when I was 19, 20 years old or something, and received a life activation. Many magical things happened. My life got a lot better, and I kept going. I got initiated, and my life continued to soar and change, and I just kind of haven't stopped since. There's a path of progression that is accessible through our school, and one that I'd love to talk to you about if you schedule a consultation with me. But it's really phenomenal, life-changing, and just extraordinary in so many ways. But what do I mean by that? I mean, I've never found another system that has actively brought change, transformation, and magic into my life on every level of my being. Like, it was really easy to check out in life before I found this work. Like, I could go get a cup of coffee and just go hang out with friends and whatever, just like live life, but kind of on autopilot. Whereas now, everything I do is so much more robust. Everything I feel and sense and experience is just way more alive. There's this different kind of vitality that courses through my life that I didn't know was imaginable before I found the school. And it's simply because I've been taking healing and empowerment into my own hands. I've always wanted a life where I had joy and fun and purpose within each moment. And now I'm actively creating that from that desire. So what I see in the school and with these healings and with these classes is that whatever your true desires are, you can accomplish them in a way that feels good, that feels in alignment with everything that is you. You know, your empowerment is key in this process, but really what that means is you expressing your fullest self and your highest essence, like here on earth, is what's needed to make change on earth. You know, so many times we just bog ourselves down by whatever the world is telling us to do, and we forget ourselves and we almost hurt ourselves in order to fit into these boxes and these structures. And I was just never into that. I was never into fitting into these boxes in that way because I wasn't willing to sacrifice my heart and that self-expression. So I love this school because it's just helped me be a better self-expresser, and in more ways than one. And my life has gotten just much brighter. So why do I do this work? And why do I offer it as a guide and a healer? It's simply because it's like, you know, we should have done this yesterday, but it's time now for people to actually grow up into themselves so that we can create change. The thing is, like, there's this whole world and there's these systems within the world, and from a young age we're like, hey, you know, one day you're gonna fit into this system. You're gonna be a firefighter, you're gonna be an astronaut, you're gonna be a doctor, you're gonna be one of these things. And maybe some of us are told, oh, dream big, but whatever you dream, it has to fit into this box of dreaming. Like, you have to, like, yeah, dream big, you can be anything as long as it's a doctor, a firefighter, a lawyer, or whatever. And the thing is these systems aren't actually working for us anymore. And if they were, well, I think the world would be a much better place, right? I'm not saying doctors and lawyers are bad, but I'm saying that it's time to start carving new pathways and new systems for how to be and what to create in the world. And the only way to do that is if people start carving these new pathways within themselves, knowing who they are, knowing what their gifts are, knowing what they can create from those gifts. There's really no other way to do it. So what is the most effective system for knowing who you are? And what is the most effective system for empowering your true essence so that you can move forward and just expand that and create that, expand yourself outside of yourself to start making something beautiful and start making something that inspires people. It's like, you know, art, right? Art doesn't have to just be on a stage or on the screen. Like, what is your art? What are you here to express and create in the world? I want to help you discover that. And that's why I do this work, because it's time to start making these bridges. It's time to start making these bridges from healing into, you know, our matrix and say, hey, I think the world could be different. And I want to carve those pathways, and I want to carve those pathways with you. So this is why I do this work. And this is something that I work on myself every day. Like, how do I carve new pathways in my life to create royalty, beauty, abundance, joy? And what's beautiful is that through the Modern Mystery School, I have the tools to do that every day. A tool doesn't just pick up itself and start working. It's up to the person to come over, pick up the hammer, and build something. And that's all I'm offering here is tools. Tools for you to go and build the structure, build the system, build the art, build the chapel, build the thing that inspires you, enlivens you, and makes you want to get up in the morning and say yes to your life. That is what I'm here to do, and that's what I'm here to help you do in any way that I can. And for that, I feel greatly honored for the privilege of being able to incite that kind of light in this world. So thank you for listening. I'm happy to talk much more about this process and what it does and my journey with life activation and Power Thyself anytime over a consultation or by phone, whatever works best. And I look forward to connecting with you soon.